There are 5,000 people in Letterkenny. These are their sexual problems. Letterkenny is a sitcom about the people of the Canadian country town of the same name. What's season 1 got to say about sex? Is its attitude positive or negative? Let's start with episode 1. Ain't no reason to get excited. But before we do that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the channel around. The algorithm loves you for it. The show opens with Wayne, Jared Keeso, and his best friend Daryl, played by Nathan Dales, manning the produce stand near the road on Wayne's farm. A red Jeep rolls up carrying Wayne's sister Katie and 2 hockey players, Jonesy and Riley. Wayne is the toughest guy in Letterkenny. Daryl is his sidekick, Jonesy and Riley are a couple of jock dipshits, and Katie, Michelle Millette, is the searing sex goddess of the Canadian Great Lakes. Some people want to move to Canada because of the president. I want to move to Canada because of Katie. As Katie dismounts from the Jeep, Daryl says to Wayne, "I can't believe your sister's still dating these nutsacks." These nutsacks, in the plural. What's this? Non-monogamy? Multi-partner relationships among the barns and skating ponds of the Great White North? Could we be witness to a comedy that is pro-sex? Hard no. Because Katie is presented as aloof, smoldering, privy to secrets. Jonesy and Riley are Letterkenny's moron duo who do nothing but provide bumbling comedic relief. The first thing we learn about Katie's relationship with these dolts is that Daryl can't believe that she is in it. Daryl says that Katie is dating Jonesy and Riley, but Katie never uses that word. Her relationship with the hockey boys is virtually never referenced in dialogue and certainly not described. Neither Katie nor any other character ever says that she is sleeping with or screwing or making the beast with 3 backs with them. And Katie never acts like she is. She arrives and departs in their Jeep, but she does not anticipate their arrival. She doesn't regret their departure. We never see her embrace or kiss them. We never see her occupy the same bed as either one of them, not even to watch TV. None of these 3 characters ever appear in a bedroom together at all. Not even standing at opposite ends of it, fully dressed. Does Katie ever say something like, "Say what you want about Riley's brains, but he's a stallion in bed"? So, Katie goes into the house, but Jonesy and Riley hang around to taunt Wayne and Daryl. They don't do very well because they're morons, but we do learn that Wayne was recently abandoned by Angie, his girlfriend of 5 years. She left him for her secret sideman. This has been very painful for the stoic, clamp-jawed Wayne. Now notice, why did their relationship fail? Because Angie had sex. Not because Angie maxed out his credit card, not because Angie treated him with contempt or was generally a pain in the butt. Nope, it's because she had sex. Jonesy and Riley's attempt to provoke Wayne into a fight is short-circuited by 3 things. 1, Wayne gave up fighting at the request of his ex-girlfriend. 2, Wayne and Daryl easily get the upper hand in the exchange of words. And 3, Katie comes out of the house and says, "Riley, Jonesy, put your fucking shirts on and get out of here." Her very first dialogue to the 2 men she is dating, allegedly, is dismissive contempt. She doesn't seem to like or be attracted to either of them. Her default attitude is icily dismissive. Her first scene with them functions only to set up their humiliation vis-a-vis Wayne, Daryl, and herself. There is nothing sexy about Katie's sexual relationships. So, Wayne is single. He had a sexual relationship with Angie, although neither Wayne nor any other character ever makes a specific reference to sex in that relationship. Words like sweetie and ex are used, but no one ever talks about the physical side, allegedly, of that relationship. This is the wanting disaster in the past tense. The wanting disaster is the most common of the 12 negative memes about sexuality that popular media continues to bombard us with. People who want, pursue, or have a relationship of this kind wind up having a disaster. Wayne had a relationship, but all the fun and joy of that is in the backstory. We don't see it. What is in this story is only his pain. Letterkenny works so hard to push sex off stage here that the audience never sees Angie in season 1, not even in flashback. Wayne's sister Katie recommends that he try Tinder, an app he is unfamiliar with. Daryl invites Wayne to the Burning Bush Christian Youth Group in the hopes that Wayne might find a date there. Daryl isn't religious, but he does have a sweetie, Margaret, in that church group. Wayne will reluctantly agree to take a shot at the Burning Bush. But first, we get a scene at Modine's Roadhouse, the local cultural center. Gail is the bartender there, a lean woman who writhes with barely controlled sexuality and comes on to Wayne in a way that leaves no room for doubt. But Wayne rejects her, because both Gail and her come-on are off-putting and weird. They're designed that way. Here's a female character who is candid and straightforward about her sexual desire, and so she must be presented as unlikable. This is the negative meme, your problem is sex. That in a protagonist, a desire for sex, an interest in it, a protagonist who has it or pursues it, has that problem. It's a character flaw. It's something they need to give up, abandon, grow out of. Daryl and Wayne go to the church event. Daryl gets a chaste hug from his sweetie, but nothing else. And Wayne's night takes a turn for the worse as his presence on a dating app gets misinterpreted by many as meaning that Wayne is interested in sex with men, which he is not, but now he suffers through a great deal of taunting about it. At the climax of the episode, Wayne encounters his ex-girlfriend's new man. Troy stole Wayne's girl, which makes Wayne angry. And Troy knocks over a slow-witted drunk for laughs, which makes Wayne angry. But it's only when Troy starts bragging to Wayne about how often he has been with Wayne's ex-girlfriend, and then offers to invite Wayne's sister, Katie, to those trysts, that Wayne stuffs Troy right up his own back door. What makes Wayne decide to return to his life as a country brawler? How do we know that Troy deserves a beating? Because Troy has, wants, and talks about sex. Katie is a very, very interesting case. She is one of the most vivid examples of how television hates sex with all the doublespeak it can command. She's scorchingly sexy and has 2 lovers, allegedly. But at the same time, we never see her do any loving. The point of her relationship with the hockey duo is not to show how passionate she is, but how stupid and pliable they are. In episode 2, Daryl's super soft birthday, she assigns them a list of birthday supplies to acquire. They've just finished hanging a birthday banner on the barn when she asks them about the list, and they report that the supplies aren't available in Letterkenny. She tells them to go into the city. The duo reply that they have hockey practice that afternoon and can't go into the city. Katie tells them, if you guys don't get me everything on the list, you'll be pulling each other's horns from now on. This scene is crucial. Katie is wearing her usual ensemble of Daisy Dukes and a midriff tank top, and she is having a private conversation with her 2 lovers. But she does not call them honey, sweetheart, or baby. She does not kiss either of them. She doesn't touch them at all. Instead, she issues threats and demands. If they don't obey her orders, they'll be pulling each other's horns from now on. Notice, she doesn't say, you'll never see me out of these shorts again. She doesn't say, I will stop having sex with you both. Instead, she uses oblique language that both distances her from her own sexual relationships and simultaneously implies that she accomplishes those relationships mostly with handwork. She's barely dressed in a private scene with her 2 lovers, but the scene lacks all eroticism even when she talks about sex. She doesn't cock her hip and say, boys, I know you've got practice tonight, but if you get me everything that is on that list, I will not be wearing these shorts when you get back. No, instead of enticing them, she intimidates them. Because if she enticed them, that would make this scene erotic, and we can't have that. This is also what I call bad behavior in women. It's not really a negative meme about sex, but it's something worth talking about. We often see female characters engage in behavior that would be rejected if it were in a male character. If a man did it, it would make that man the villain. If a woman does it, it makes her the hero. It proves that she's got moxie. Can we imagine a scene where Jonesy or Riley demonstrate their agency by telling Katie, we don't give a damn about your schedule or commitments. Do as we demand or get dumped. No, not without them being branded as unforgivable villains. Do we see Wayne behaving this way toward women? No, because it would be ugly. But when Katie behaves like this toward men, it's cute or sassy or brave. No, it's certainly not brave, because we know that there is zero chance that the hockey duo will refuse her commands. Now let's talk about Wayne. Wayne is about 30 years old, strong physique, chiseled features, and successfully operating his own farm. He says what he means what he says, and is the toughest man in Letterkenny. He could have his pick of the girls, but he has none. In episode 4, Wingman Wayne, he turns down a clear invitation from a woman named Jessica because he happens to see his ex-girlfriend's name on the server schedule there at Modine's Roadhouse, and that changes his mood and his mind. Then he turns down another anatomically imaginative offer from Gail, the writhing bartender, who literally tells him, "You've got the pick of the litter around here." This is serious people don't sex, another negative meme. Our heroes, the people we're supposed to admire and respect, the people who have responsibilities, leaders in their communities and families, don't have sex lives. And it is still your problem is sex for Gail. The only sexuality Wayne displays is in the backstory. And what did he get for that? A broken heart, which of course was the wanting disaster. By the way, the plot of episode 4 is that Wayne, Daryl, and their friend Dan, played by K. Trevor Wilson, accept a challenge from Gail, wherein the first of them to have sex that weekend gets a $50 bar tab credit. Wayne turns down 3 different opportunities. Daryl and Dan fail miserably when neither even make an attempt. No one wins. And Wayne's status as our hero is reinforced every time he declines an erotic offer, which is serious people don't sex. Which needs to be contrasted with Daryl and Dan. Wayne is presented as heroic for declining opportunities. Daryl and Dan are presented as ridiculous for having no opportunities. Remember Daryl's sweetie at the Burning Bush youth group, Margaret? She appears in that one episode to demonstrate how dumb Daryl is for being lured with the hope of some time in the bedroom, and then she disappears forever after, never to be spoken of again. The episode Wingman Wayne also gives us a scene where Katie visits her lovers during their workout. They are alone in a parking lot as Riley and Jonesy run back and forth. There is not another human in sight. Katie tells the boys to take their shirts off, and they obey. Then they kneel in front of her, which is part of the training regimen, allegedly. And again, Katie does not touch either of them. Not one kiss, not one hug, nothing. Just 2 half-naked men kneeling in front of their incandescently carnal queen, and yet there is no eroticism on the screen. Is that even possible? Can confirm. In episode 5, Rave, Wayne encounters Bonnie. Bonnie is just home from college. She's the younger sister of Wayne's friend McMurray. She's working at the dollar store, and when Wayne goes in to do some shopping, she makes her interest in him clear by asking him to save a dance for her at the jamboree at the agricultural hall that night. Wayne weathers this as an awkward imposition. Then the show doubles down 2 scenes later when Wayne has an even more awkward conversation with McMurray, who expresses his enthusiastic support for the idea that Wayne and his sister become a couple. Why does Wayne reject Bonnie? They know one another. Bonnie is not addicted to OxyContin or covered in her own shit or sporting one huge eye in the middle of her forehead. They have compatible sexual orientations. We see nothing about Bonnie that would make her a bad match for Wayne. Wayne never gives any reason for why he is rejecting her, and yet her interest in Wayne is presented as annoying and discomfiting. It's something he politely rejects out of hand. This is the negative meme, danger is sex, where sex is presented as dangerous, sometimes literally lethally dangerous, not in this case. It's just presented as awkward, as uncomfortable. That's the danger here, that Bonnie tries to flirt with Wayne, upsets Wayne. Wayne doesn't like it. Bonnie's interest is bad because it is sexual. Now, if Bonnie had asked Wayne if he wanted to go fishing or play some cards, that wouldn't be bad. It's because she's interested in sex that makes it bad. And again, this reinforces serious people don't sex. Wayne rejects yet another offer. Wayne is the hero because he declines attention. I should explain a little more about life in Letterkenny. The town is full of subcultures. Wayne is the informal leader of the Hicks. Tanis is the crime lord of the nearby Native Peoples Reservation. Glenn is clergyman to the Christians. And Stuart is the dominant personality in the Skids, a faction that enjoys EDM and crystal meth. Stuart longs to be in a romantic relationship with Katie and humiliates himself completely when he rents out the agricultural hall to DJ a rave which no one attends. He abandons his brief dream to be a musician and recommits to dealing crystal meth. This is the wanting disaster. He wants to be with Katie. He tries to put on this rave in order to make himself interesting and attractive to her, to make himself into a celebrity. He fails. Letterkenny is a place full of sexual dysfunction and relentlessly negative messaging. People who want sex are stupid and doomed to failure. People who reject it are titans. And the woman who we are told has a lot of it, in fact, has none of it that we can see, and treats her partners like dirt. This is yet another show telling you that you should feel bad about yourself. This is Pro6 Studio. I'm Brian Downs. Please like and subscribe before you go, and then come back next week for more analysis of this type on a different film or television show. Thanks for your time.